I've read quite a bit of a discussion on should I buy or should I lease a Tesla, and so I've decided to make probably a couple of videos, systematically talk about the the cost of each option, and I think probably the best way is to show actually my own experience. So here is the Model Y that I leased in March 2021, and I'm gonna go through the details and let you know the true cost in here, the leasing cost. Okay, so let's see here. I had a 2021 model of Tesla Model Y, and it's brand new, and I leased it for 3 years, and the term is such that I pay here 421 30 and 13 cents, and but let's see how exactly all the cost Tesla calculated here. Now the sticker price is $41,290, okay, and it required me to pay $4,500 of cash payment. This is down payment. So here it's called capitalized cost reduction. Okay, and by the way, I also have a Google sheet here that I will share with you, and basically, explain a little bit better how the formulas are calculated here. So you can see that A, B, until J, I was able to exactly replicate Tesla's numbers. But let's keep going. So you can see that the difference between the two is what they call just capitalized cost. Okay, so 3,600. And Tesla calculated that by the end of 3 years, it's worth about $26,000. Okay, so this is how much it think it will worth. Okay, and that's roughly probably I calculate 27% of depreciation, but that's not the whole story, right? So here the depreciation and amortized amounts is about $10,000. Okay, what's more, and I'll explain a little bit here, is a little bit of a shocker there. Item F is what they call rent charge. Okay, so this, they say here, this amount charged in addition to the depreciation. So in a sense, it's actually the interest that you pay to lease the car. So this is the, think about it as an interest payment. And if you add these two up, it to be, you pay depreciation plus they call rent charge. Okay, so it's about $14,000. Okay, and then they say, okay, well, we're going to spread out of 36 months. Okay, and I get about the lease payment is $396, and added to the sales tax, I get the number that I mentioned just before, $421. All right, so let's review what we have so far, and talk a little bit about what may be a little bit surprising to people who are interested in leasing. And all the others are pretty self-evident except this rent charge. Okay, and it didn't give the formula for rent charge, but it's not that hard to understand. I posted a few links here, and actually they have a detailed formula how they calculate rent charge. But the key thing is that there's a hidden assumption that Tesla didn't say to you, which is we call the money factor. But we can actually back out the money factor. Money factor is interest rate. Think about APR, the annual percentage rate is actually the money factor times 2400. So if you back out this money factor, it turns out that APR, the annual interest rate, is about 4.46%. Okay, now it is not as high as, for example, your credit card interest, which is very high. but it also is not that low as, say, you go take a car loan, right? Right now it's 2%, 2.5%, and some car dealership would even give you 0%. So now going back to that rent charge, recall that it's about 4,000 something. So it's another, it's almost like another down payment. So the true cost, the leasing cost, is what you paid in terms of down payment plus this rent charge, and lastly depreciation. So I paid about, well, I'm expected to pay 18,000, a bit more than that, of those total costs to rent this Model Y, and that's about 45% of the sticker price of the car. All right, so now of course I explicitly said here, to make it this a little bit simple, I did not, the total cost does not include sales tax and all the other fees yet. Yeah, but it gives you a sense about the true cost of leasing. Now 45% of over 3 years, is that high or low? Well, it's probably higher than you buy the car out with cash, right? So in fact, if you can even go to other website that tells you that this, I entered this number into this calculator. It says that Model Y will probably depreciate 35% if you buy them after 3 years. Okay, so now, which goes to the next part. What's the true cost if I buy a Model Y? Okay, well, it's probably cheaper, but it may not be as cheap as you thought. So I'm gonna explain that in the next video. Now, hope this is helpful. Thanks.